All right, let's dive into something pretty special today.
That's good.
Acts of kindness from all over the world. We're taking inspiration from Heartbeat celebrating human connection.
Hmm.
And let me tell you, these 10 stories are jam-packed with heartwarming moments.
Oh, I bet.
The kind that just leave you feeling all warm and fuzzy inside.
It is incredible, though, how these stories from such different places, they all tap into that same human desire
Yeah.
to connect, to care for each other.
All right, so let's jump right in. Our first story comes straight from Boston.
Okay.
Picture this. The Boston Marathon. Energy's electric. Thousands of runners.
Mm-hmm.
And among them is a man whose journey, well, it goes way beyond that finish line.
Oh, wow.
He's turned this personal challenge into a fundraiser for pediatric care.
Oh, wow.
And get this, his running shirt, covered with the names of the children he's supporting.
Wow, that's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
What's really fascinating here is how that simple act,
Right.
it transforms the entire race. It's not just about athletic achievement anymore.
Yeah.
It becomes this moving tribute.
Uh-huh.
A public declaration of support for these kids facing unimaginable challenges. Can you imagine the impact on the families seeing their child's name
I know.
carried along those 26 miles?
Yeah.
It's a powerful symbol of hope and solidarity.
Oh, it gives me chills just thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's like he's not just running, he's carrying their stories, their hopes.
Yeah, with him every step of the way.
Every step.
And then think about the ripple effect.
Yeah.
The people watching the marathon, they're reading those names, maybe even donating to the cause.
Right.
That single act of kindness just extends outwards, touches so many lives.
Our next story takes us to Melbourne, Australia.
Okay.
An abandoned space has been transformed into something truly magical.
Oh.
The Library of Shared Dreams.
Oh, wow. This one really captured my imagination.
Yeah.
Instead of books, notebooks filled with handwritten dreams
Wow.
left behind by complete strangers.
That is so cool.
It's such a beautiful testament to our shared humanity,
Yeah.
that no matter who we are or where we come from, we all have these hopes, fears, aspirations.
I love the anonymity of it all,
Yeah.
It creates this safe space for vulnerability.
Yeah.
Allows people to express their deepest desires without the fear of judgment.
And there's something so powerful about connecting with the dreams of strangers.
Yeah.
It reminds us that we're all part of something much bigger than
It's
ourselves.
like a collective tapestry woven with threads of hope and longing.
Exactly.
What dream would you leave behind in that library for someone to discover?
That is a great question.
Yeah.
I think I would write about my hope for a world where kindness prevails,
Yeah.
where empathy guides our actions, and where connection is the foundation of our communities.
Beautifully said.
Oh.
For our next story, we're heading to Nairobi, Kenya.
Okay.
A group is working to preserve something incredibly precious. The life stories of the elderly.
Oh, wow.
They're visiting care homes, recording the memories and experiences
That's great.
of those who have lived long and full lives.
It's so easy to overlook the wealth of knowledge and wisdom they hold,
Yeah.
Their stories are living history filled with lessons learned, challenges overcome,
Mhm.
moments of both joy and sorrow.
Yeah.
Capturing these narratives, it's not just about preserving the past.
Right.
It's about connecting generations, making sure those voices are heard
Yeah.
and their experience is valued.
Makes you wonder, what stories do our own family elders hold?
I know.
What wisdom could we glean if we just took the time to listen?
It's a reminder to cherish those connections,
Yeah.
to ask questions, and to truly listen to the stories they have to share.
Yeah.
We have so much to learn from those who came before us.
Okay, let's shift gears and head over to London.
All right.
We're going to witness kindness unfolding in a most unexpected place.
Where's that?
A delayed train during rush hour.
Oh, no.
You know those moments that usually bring out the worst in people?
Oh, I know it.
Well, not this time. Imagine this. A crowded train car. Frustrations are high, and suddenly someone starts singing. Not just humming to themselves, but belting out a tune with genuine passion.
Oh, wow.
And then, one by one, other passengers join in,
No way.
turning that collective annoyance into a spontaneous chorus of voices.
That is amazing. It's incredible how music can just break down barriers and create connections.
It really is. It's a universal language that speaks to our souls,
Absolutely.
transcends words and differences.
In that moment, that train becomes a microcosm of community,
Totally.
where strangers find common ground through a shared love of music.
It makes you wonder, have you ever experienced something like that? An unexpected moment of unity with strangers
Oh, yeah.
that shifted your perspective or brightened your day.
Definitely. I've had those moments where a shared experience,
Yeah.
whether it's a stunning sunset, a heartwarming act of kindness, even just a shared laugh,
Yeah,
it creates a sense of connection. It reminds me that we're all in this together.
for sure. Our next story takes us to Buenos Aires, Argentina,
Okay.
where a chef is tackling two problems with one ingenious solution.
Oh, I like it.
He's taking food waste, something that's often just discarded,
Yeah.
and transforming it into gourmet meals for those experiencing food insecurity.
Wow.
This story highlights the power of creativity and compassion
Yeah.
to address those real-world problems.
It's amazing what you can do when you think outside the box.
It's not just about feeding people.
right.
It's about recognizing the value in something that's often overlooked
Right.
and using it to make a positive impact. It challenges us to rethink our own relationship with food
Yeah.
and consider how we can be more resourceful and less wasteful.
I agree. And it reminds us that even in the face of scarcity,
Mm-hmm.
there are innovative ways to care for one another.
Totally.
Yeah.
Let's jump to Tokyo, Japan.
Okay.
We encounter a story that bridges the digital divide.
Interesting.
We meet a student who's dedicating their time to teaching senior citizens how to use technology.
That's wonderful.
It's easy to forget that for some, technology can be a source of isolation
Oh, absolutely.
rather than
Yeah.
connection. So this student's initiative is all about empowerment,
Yeah.
giving seniors the tools to connect with loved ones, to access information, and stay engaged with the world.
It's such a beautiful example of intergenerational mentorship,
Yeah.
where knowledge is shared and connections are formed across age groups.
And it reminds us that even simple acts of tech support can have a profound impact on someone's life.
Right. It can really foster independence and inclusion in this digital world.
Now we're whisked away to Paris, France,
Ooh la la.
where an artist is spreading joy and wonder in a truly unique way.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Imagine strolling through the streets of Paris
Mm-hmm.
and stumbling upon a miniature work of art
Oh.
tucked away in a corner, waiting to be discovered.
This artist is scattering these little treasures throughout the city, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just leaving them as anonymous gifts.
It's like finding a little piece of magic in the middle of the ordinary.
I love that.
It makes you want to slow down, pay attention, and appreciate the beauty that surrounds us.
It does. And what's so special is that it's not about recognition or reward.
Right.
It's pure giving, sharing their artistic talent, and bringing a touch of joy to strangers.
It's a reminder that even small gestures of creativity and kindness can impact how people experience their surroundings.
I agree. Let's journey north to Stockholm, Sweden now,
Okay.
where winters can be long and harsh.
Especially for those experiencing homelessness.
Definitely. But amidst the cold, a group of volunteers are bringing warmth and comfort to those in need.
They've set up mobile stations offering hot drinks, warm blankets, and a place to rest.
That's amazing.
It's a simple act of kindness, but one that can literally be a lifeline.
It really can.
It's a powerful reminder that we all have a responsibility to care for the most vulnerable members of our community.
Yeah, and it speaks to the strength of community, of people coming together to support one another.
Especially during challenging times.
For sure.
Let's take a musical detour to Cairo, Egypt. Our next story unfolds in the bustling atmosphere of the subway.
Right.
Picture this. A musician starts playing,
Mm-hmm.
and as the music fills the train car, something magical happens.
What's that?
People from all walks of life riding the subway on their daily commutes.
Yeah.
They begin to sing along, creating this impromptu choir.
Wow.
It echoes the vibrant diversity of Cairo.
Music truly has a way of bringing people together, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It transcends cultural barriers,
Yeah.
creates a sense of shared joy and connection in the most unexpected places.
It's a beautiful example of how spontaneous acts of creativity can create moments of joy and unity.
Right. In the most unexpected of places.
And it highlights the importance of being open to those serendipitous encounters, those moments when strangers become fellow travelers.
For our final stop on this global journey of kindness, we're landing in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Okay.
A group of dedicated individuals is transforming a neglected park into a vibrant community hub.
Wow, that's fantastic.
They call themselves the Green Guardians, passionate about environmental care and community building.
Yeah, I love that.
They're cleaning up the park, planting trees, creating a space where people can connect with nature.
And with each other.
And with each other, exactly.
It's a wonderful example of how grassroots initiatives can revitalize communities
Yeah.
and foster a sense of shared responsibility for our environment.
Well, we've certainly covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive into acts of kindness from around the world.
It has been inspiring to witness these diverse ways that people are expressing compassion,
Yeah.
making a positive impact on their communities and beyond.
But our journey isn't over yet. In our next segment, we'll delve even deeper into the emotional resonance of these stories,
Okay.
exploring how they inspire us to cultivate more kindness in our own lives.
I'm ready.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to our deep dive into acts of kindness from around the world.
It's amazing how these stories, even though they're from all over the place,
Yeah.
they all have this common thread. It's like this reminder that even the simplest acts of kindness can make a huge difference,
Totally.
creating a more compassionate and connected world.
They really highlight the universality of compassion, don't they?
They do.
That inherent human desire to connect and care for one another,
Yeah.
no matter where we come from or what language we speak.
It's like we're watching this global tapestry of kindness unfold,
Yeah.
each story adding its own unique thread.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Thinking back to that marathon runner in Boston,
Yeah.
I'm just struck by the emotional depth of his commitment.
Mm-hmm.
It goes beyond just physical endurance, you know?
Yeah.
He's carrying the weight of those children's stories, their struggles, their hopes.
Right.
That's a powerful motivator.
It is, and it makes you think about the families of those children, watching him run, seeing their loved ones' names carried with such dedication.
I know.
It's like a tangible symbol of support,
Yeah.
a reminder that they're not alone in their journey.
He's not just raising funds, he's raising awareness, inspiring hope, demonstrating the power of empathy in action.
And speaking of empathy, that library or shared dreams in Melbourne,
Oh, yeah.
it really got me thinking about vulnerability.
It's a powerful thing.
To share our dreams with friends and family, that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But to put them out there for complete strangers to read,
Right.
that takes courage.
It does. It creates a safe space for people to be open about their deepest desires, you know?
Yeah.
Their fears, their hopes, without worrying about being judged.
And in that vulnerability, there's such a profound sense of connection.
Absolutely. It's like we're all whispering our hopes into the void.
Yeah.
And somehow, through this library, those whispers find each other.
It reminds us that we're all connected through these shared human experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Our dreams, our fears, our aspirations.
Right. And when we share those vulnerabilities,
Yeah.
we find strength and a sense of belonging.
Now, shifting gears to Nairobi, where they're recording the life stories of the elderly, it just makes you realize how important it is to honor the wisdom of previous generations.
It's like creating this living archive of human experience.
Yeah.
A treasure trove of stories and lessons that would otherwise be lost.
And it's not just about preserving the past, it's about connecting generations,
Right.
fostering understanding and appreciation for the experiences
Yeah.
of those who came before us. I can only imagine how empowering it must be for the elderly themselves.
Yeah.
They have their stories heard, their experiences validated.
It's a way of saying your life matters.
Yeah.
Your story is worth telling.
It affirms their value, their contributions, their place in history.
Thinking back to that compassionate commute in London,
Oh, I love that story.
it's a beautiful example of how music can just transcend differences
It really is.
and create these spontaneous moments of connection.
It's like even in the midst of our busy lives,
Yeah,
we can still find those opportunities for joy and connection.
right, if we're open to them.
And it highlights the power of those unexpected moments of grace. When something so simple, like a shared song, can shift our whole perspective.
And remind us of our shared humanity.
That chef in Buenos Aires who's turning food waste into gourmet meals.
Oh, such a great story.
What an incredible example of resourcefulness and compassion.
He's not just feeding people. He's challenging our perceptions of what's valuable.
Right.
Showing that what some might see as waste can be transformed into something nourishing and delicious.
It's like a brilliant solution to so many issues at once.
It is.
Hunger, food waste, sustainability.
And it inspires us to think outside the box, to
Yeah.
use our skills and resources to make a positive impact.
And speaking of offering something valuable, that story of the student in Tokyo teaching seniors how to use technology.
That one was really heartwarming.
It was a beautiful example of intergenerational mentorship.
It really is.
Knowledge being shared, connections formed across age groups.
Empowering seniors to navigate this digital world and stay connected with their loved ones and communities.
It's about bridging that gap between the tech-savvy and those who might feel left behind.
Right.
Making sure everyone has the opportunity to participate in modern society.
It's a simple act of kindness, but it can have such a huge impact.
It really can. It can open up a whole new world for people who might otherwise feel isolated or overwhelmed by technology.
Now, that Parisian artist scattering small artworks throughout the city.
I love that story.
I do too. It's such a whimsical way to spread joy and beauty.
Imagine finding one of those little bursts of color and creativity tucked away in some corner.
It would make my day.
It's like a reminder to slow down, pay attention, and appreciate the beauty that's all around us.
It's a testament to the power of art, to
Yeah.
inspire, uplift, and connect us.
It shows how creativity can be used to foster a sense of wonder and delight in our everyday experiences.
Now, the Warmth of Winter initiative in Stockholm,
Hmm.
such a powerful example of how simple acts of kindness can make a real difference.
Especially for those who are most vulnerable.
Offering a warm drink, a blanket, a place to rest.
It's about recognizing those basic human needs for warmth and shelter
Yeah.
and stepping up to meet those needs in a compassionate and practical way.
It also highlights the importance of community support,
Right.
of people coming together to care for one another, especially during tough times,
It's a reminder that we're all in this together.
and that we have a responsibility to look out for one another.
That musician in the Cairo subway who sparked that impromptu choir.
Oh, that story just fills me with so much joy.
It does. It's such a beautiful example of how music can transcend cultural barriers.
And create those spontaneous moments of connection.
It's a reminder that we're all connected through our shared humanity.
Exactly. And that music has this unique power to tap into that connection.
It's a beautiful example of how those spontaneous acts of creativity can create moments of joy and unity.
In the most unexpected of places, and it highlights the importance of being open to those serendipitous encounters, those moments when strangers become fellow travelers.
And lastly, the Green Guardians in Rio de Janeiro, transforming that neglected park into a community hub.
That's inspiring.
They're not just cleaning up a park, they're creating a space for community, connection, and environmental stewardship.
It's a reminder that we all have a role to play in creating the kind of communities we want to live in.
Right, communities that are vibrant, welcoming, and sustainable.
It's about caring for our shared environment, recognizing that our well-being is interconnected with the health of our planet.
So as we wrap up this segment, what stands out to you about the emotional resonance of these stories?
What really strikes me is the profound impact that even small acts of kindness can have on both individuals and communities.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that we all have the power to make a difference, to spread joy, foster connection, and create a more compassionate world.
One act of kindness at a time.
It's an invitation to be more mindful of the opportunities we have each day to extend kindness to others.
Absolutely, whether it's a grand gesture or just a simple act of consideration.
And it's a reminder that even when things are tough, there's always hope.
Yeah.
Always room for kindness. Always a reason to believe in the goodness of humanity.
In our final segment, we'll explore how these stories can inspire us to cultivate more kindness in our own lives and communities.
I like it.
What lessons can we learn from these everyday heroes?
Mm-hmm.
How can we become part of this symphony of kindness? Stay tuned. Welcome back to our final segment of this deep dive into acts of kindness from around the world.
It's been quite a journey.
It really has, and I'm feeling so inspired by all these stories.
Me too. It's like a much-needed dose of optimism.
It really shows that kindness is a universal language, doesn't it?
It does. You see it everywhere.
You see it in the runner in Boston, the chef Buenos Aires, those volunteers in Stockholm.
It's a beautiful reminder that compassion has no borders.
And what's really striking is that none of these acts required, superhuman effort,
Right.
It was just everyday people making the choice to bring a bit more light into the world.
Exactly, and that's what makes it so powerful.
It shows that we all have the capacity to make a difference, no matter how small.
I love that quote. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle.
That's so true.
Sometimes a smile, a helping hand, just listening to someone,
Yeah.
that can be exactly what they need.
And think about that library of shared dreams.
Oh, yeah.
It started with one person's idea,
Right. Just creating a space for vulnerability and connection.
and now it's touched countless lives.
It shows that even the smallest seed of kindness can grow into something incredible.
And that impromptu choir in the Cairo subway.
Oh, I love that one.
It just took one musician to spark that moment of joy.
It's amazing.
It really shows the ripple effect of kindness.
Yeah. How one act can inspire so many others.
It's like we're all connected, part of this web of humanity.
We are.
And when one person chooses kindness,
Yeah.
it sends these vibrations throughout the whole web.
Creating a more harmonious and compassionate world.
So as we wrap up, how do these stories inspire you to be more kind in your own life? What resonates with you?
I think it's a reminder to be more present in my interactions,
Yeah.
to really see the people around me and ask myself, how can I brighten their day? It could be something small, a compliment, offering help, just really listening.
Beautifully said. And for everyone listening, we'd love to hear from you.
Yes.
What act of kindness will you carry forward from this deep dive? What will you add to this symphony of compassion?
Remember, every act of kindness, no matter how small, makes a difference.
Let's all be the change we want to see.
One kind gesture at a time.
Thank you for joining us on this heartwarming journey. And until next time, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and let's create a world where kindness truly prevails.